Hi, Longview. I'm Jennifer Walker, and I am here with Vickie Wilder and Jeanne Shackleford, and we're going to talk about a new ministry of Longview Heights. It is a Caregivers Support ministry, a support group, and this falls under the grouping of ministries in our church called the Restore Ministries. We have a grief support group, or a grief restore ministry, which is called Broken Vessels, that meets twice a year. We have divorce care that meets every Wednesday night during the school season. And we also have a ministry to parents of special needs, children and adults. And so this is just one more of those ministries we're adding that our people in our church and in our community need. And so I am so excited to introduce this ministry to you today. So Vickie, tell us the details about this caregiver support group.
Well, Jennifer, we're going to meet once a month on first Wednesday of each month, and we'll begin on October the 4th. We'll meet from 6 to 7:30 in room E115, which is off of the fellowship hall down by the vending machines.
And Jeanne is a licensed professional counselor. So Jeanne is going to lead the group. Vickie's going to organize the group. So Jeanne, tell us what a group meeting is going to look like.
It's a safe place to share and express your frustrations and feelings and not feel judged, which I think we all need a place like that. So that's what we're hoping to offer.
Okay. So we'll just come. There's no curriculum.
No.
So we're just going to come, and you're going to present a topic, and we'll kind of talk about it and
Yes.
and then be able to share.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So let me tell you some statistics I found about caregivers. And I really think this has a lot to do with the baby boomer generation now becoming the older generation. But these are some 2020 statistics. In 2020, there were 53 million people in the United States caregiving for an adult over 50 years old. That is over 17% of the population, and there has been an increase each year, so I'm sure it's even more than that. The average caregiver is 50 years old. 50 years old in 1 month is the average, and that was shocking to me. I expected it to be a little bit older, but that means there are a lot of younger people that are caregiving, as well as older people. The average length of a caregiving season is 4.5 years, and the average amount of hours a week a person is actively doing the caregiving is 20 hours. That's the average. And Jeanne mentioned when I was sharing this before, that's a part-time job right there. That is. But it's also interesting that upwards of 75% of caregivers are females. So we want to minister to this population in our community by offering a safe place, like Jeanne said, where they could come and talk about things. Jeanne, share with us some of the things from your counseling experience that you've seen in caregivers and some of the things that they struggle with.
I think guilt seems to be the biggest problem. They feel like they are responsible to do everything for their loved one, and they're not comfortable, asking for help.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Vickie has been a caregiver, so what would you say was your biggest struggle at the time?
Giving up the things that I love to do most. I mean, I had shared that God had taken things away because my responsibility in that season was to my mother. And not only my mother, but I had 3 grandchildren that I was taking care of as well. But God blessed me, and I wouldn't ever take anything for that time that I had with her and those grandchildren. She got to be with her great-grandchildren. So it was just a special time, and God was so faithful. He has been so faithful to give me back my area of ministry within the church in His time.
That's so good to know.
Sometimes people just need to know that there are other people struggling like they are, and they can learn from these other people, like things they're doing that help them and how to deal with the guilt and the different frustrations they have. And they can't really talk to their family members because sometimes they are the ones they're caring for. So we want to provide them a safe place to come and share and express their frustrations, and maybe offer them some encouragement and hope, and maybe even learn some coping skills.
Sounds wonderful. Yeah. All right. So as we were talking earlier, Vickie had mentioned the parable of the sheep and the goats. So I asked her to share how God brought that to her and what that has to do with caregiving. I think it's just really beautiful.
Well, today as I was thinking about doing this video, the Lord just gave me about the sheep and goats. I guess we heard it in service Sunday. But Jesus is telling these people that, thank you, you fed me when I was hungry. You gave me water when I was thirsty. You clothed me when I needed clothes. And you sheltered me when I needed shelter. And these people said, well, we've never done that for you, Jesus. We've never done that for you. And he said, the king will reply, I tell you the truth. Whatever you did for the least of these, you did for me. So in saying that, whatever you do for whomever you're caring for, you have to look and think, I'm doing this for Jesus.
That's a beautiful point. And I think often God gives each of us a cup, like Jesus had the cup that he presented in the Garden of Gethsemane and said, Lord, if you would take this cup from me, but if not, then not my will, but yours be done. And we all have seasons where we have cups that we might not prefer to have. And that might be one of them. If you are in that season, this might be a cup that God is asking you to drink from right now, and where you have to say, yes, Lord, not my will, but yours be done. And we know from Jesus' example, and we know from just life, we know we can never outgive God.
That's right.
Can we?
And you know, one of the verses that we've got is 2 Chronicles 15:7, and it says, but as for you, be strong and do not give up, for your work will be rewarded.
Amen.
So as we take those cups that he gives us, we just know and we trust and we have hope that he is going to reward us for the work we do.
Yes.
And I know that he will give the grace to do it too.
Absolutely. That's true.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add from a counseling perspective, maybe with any wisdom that you've gained over the years?
Well, I just think it's wonderful that the church is reaching out and being there for their members in this way, because it is definitely needed.
Okay.
You know, Jennifer, as I have watched and come from a long line of caregivers, grandmother, great-grandmother, mother, so far, what great examples I had. And I just pray, I know one day I may be in a position where I need care.
Right.
And I pray that on that day, that whoever is caring for me, whether it be my daughter, my husband, my grandchildren, my sisters, that they have someplace like this to go and find love, find camaraderie, find encouragement, and find support, whether it be through a smile, a hug, or a pat on the back and say, job well done, it's okay.
That's beautiful. That's true. Well, I hope that if you are in a season of caregiving for anyone, any loved one, or one that's hard to love. Sometimes that's the season, isn't it? You especially need this group. But if you are in a season of caregiving, I hope you will take advantage of this ministry and invite those in our community, anyone. It's open to anyone. There's no cost. There's no curriculum. You don't even have to sign up. You just show up it's
on the first Wednesday of each month from 6 to 7:30 in room E115, which is off of the Fellowship Hall, back by the vending machines.
All right. So we hope to see you there. Thanks so much.